Hi folks, we are ready for round 3 to begin in the 8 Regents of Westeros tournament, and the first game we can watch is between Stark and Night's Watch. So this is a recording of the game between Mates and Chrissie here that I have grabbed the other day, and we can see how it went. So we have Night's Watch playing Banner of the Wolf, and we have Stark playing Knights of the Hollow Hill, so both aggressive decks that try to kill off the opponent's board, pretty much. And Chrissie has kind of played the same strategy, I think, in the first 2 rounds as well. I think he played green side. Did he play 1 Banner Wolf? I think possibly played 2 green sides already. Whereas Mates plays more diversely. So that plot Hour of the Wolf as an opener is interesting. So it's like an extra march to the wall with some conditions, can hit harder or can hit less hard. And yeah, Knights of the Hollow Hill of course doesn't open with a character, so potentially just free. And March is a relatively big one. Marches, well, discards, sacrifices, right? No big wall this time on setup, but we have the no save area. Well, not as has her now. And Greyjohn, okay, so it's immediately probably going to do some damage. Thing with taking Arya is we've seen in last year's 8 Regents also. I think it was in round 1, there was some game between Nightwatch and Stark that kind of got decided on warding Arya and then couldn't play your own Arya because you already had her in play. Probably is in the deck since she's a military icon with stealth potentially. But Greyjohn has to defend. What's the situation with the tournament results here? So Night's Watch has drawn the first one against Martell, and they have beaten in round 2 Targaryen, was it? So still undefeated. Joined first after 2 rounds. And Stark has a loss against Lannister in round 2, but in round 1 they beat Greyjoy. So they also are doing okay, and quite important for them to win this one. Don't want to start with 2 defeats. Ramsay goes in the discard pile. Not a great Ramsay situation at the moment with that Messenger Raven there. Also true that Chrissie had to possibly keep it in play now. Okay, so now we're talking. It's March, so a price given away for that ward. But it opens up the situation here for potentially playing Ramsay. Yeah. Well, okay. So now we have Military Claim, we have Ice, and we have Cranogman in play, so potentially 3 characters can die here. And Chrissie knows this in his second player, so if he marches 2 characters here and they can't defend any of the challenges, then it's just pointless. But an army of Chads would work, and whatever is in shadows could be okay. Problem is that Knights of Wolf is not going to play an army of Chads, is it? It plays the Yorens and the recruiters and stuff like that. Cold Hands Ramsey. Plays the wall. And it's going to grab that Ramsey immediately. You can sack Ramsey and the opponent has to sack something else. Ramsey's still there, but then so is the other character, so now you're not getting repeatable Ramsey. And here I noticed that he was able to draw for the mother for some reason. Yeah, it gives him the trigger for Ramsey entering play with the wall, even though Ramsey didn't enter play under an opponent's control, it entered play under his control. So something slightly bugged there. It apparently does the same thing with Hightower. If you're playing this big wall against Tyrell and you put Tyrell character into play under your control, the Tyrell player with Hightower in play will get to trigger it apparently. So here they go. Well, costs him a Sansa. Now the thing is, stuff getting discarded like that with big wall in play. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So with Sansa, you can give Chrissy Sansa here and she comes into play knelt, which is kind of a tempo hit. It's not the worst thing to be giving out, right? And Mates has lost most of his hand now, so he is kind of exposed to Morghulis, I think. And if Recruiter goes for reserve, that's a decent sign that you have a pretty good hand. Plays another mother. Two mothers in a deck like this is interesting. Okay, you get rid of the opponent's board, they have to remarshal, you get cards in the process, makes some kind of sense. And Summer actually now removes Sansa. So she can be marshaled. Now the wall is there and Ramsey is in the discard pile still, right? But so is Cranogman, so this is going to wait. Yeah, I'm sure everyone knows that this is not my favorite plot. I mean, from two characters in play and two cards in hand, you just play Time for Wolves for Summer and you get another character with that. It's like a 6 gold plot that draws you a card. It's way too good. And with Summer as the only real target was kind of okay. But now that they can also fetch Greywind, it really is getting on my nerves. So hard to either aggro them or control them if they have this comeback option always. Matt is going to do his challenges and run away with the game for the moment. Chrissy has nothing in play because it dies, but maybe the cards in shadows are characters that can do challenges back. Ah, okay. It's not the worst, can do intrigue and then kill off the Bear Island Scout. But Cranogman defends. Doesn't work on defense, by the way, Cranogman. Now, anything else coming in? Wall still there. Ooh, another Bolton Flare, interesting. That can now kill Bear Island Scout and She-Bear, right? Or Summer, rather. Well, that didn't go that badly. Although now, at some point, they might need to start killing themselves out, but actually, we have Mutiny as well to get rid of Greyjohn. Yeah, that's the advantage you have with having so many cards. And Mates gives him Ramsay again. So reduces his own board. Yeah, Greyjohn's there and She-Bear is there. Does she trigger? No, only after Marshall. Yeah, you're losing cards if you give him Ramsay, but then he isn't getting a board if he also keeps either sacking Ramsay or sacking whatever else there is with him. And we have reinforcements. Who plays that into the father? I think with last Green Seer getting released now, reinforcements could be a funny opening if that gets played a lot. Take your 4 gold and get a card into play. And the opponent stuck with 1. Does it work from hand in discard pile? I think so, right? Yeah. Because if it only worked from discard pile, obviously it wouldn't be a good opening plot. So there's the other Bear Island Scout and searches for Daisy. But she stays in hand. We have Greyjohn with Ice again, the chance to kill off most. And there we are. The recruiter now. Is there anything else? Mates can still kill them, but he's killing his own stuff now, if he does it. Kill them, stand Greyjohn. Oh, actually no, he doesn't stand anymore. 3 plots already. But yeah, clearing the way to then do unopposed. Go quickly towards victory before all of her stuff is suddenly dead or under the other player's control. If he kills the recruiter with Ice, then the Bear Island Scout switches control before claim. Ramsay has to be claimed, which kind of not sure who had more advantage with Ramsay being there with the wall triggers. But Bear Island Scout is of course now knelt, so no free power to do. And still we have the wall standing. Okay. But no uniques now for the father to do anything. Oof, another mutiny. Well, Mad King's command will reduce the locations for Chrissie, but apart from that, no one has had more than 3 characters in play at any point, pretty much. It's true though now that Chrissie has kind of played this coppers into Mad King's command, which is awkward because you lose all that card advantage. That's taken all the gold. And that 6 card is going to be gone. Still has the wall though. And some kind of veteran builder here to take both characters. What would be nice. Matt is also down to 2 cards. Didn't have the gold to get up to 3, and he is also going to lose some. And most importantly, he has the only power icons in play. And in this game of attrition, staying ahead on power, quite crucial. Daisy has renown, but somehow can't see her surviving by the time one of the players gets to 15. Yeah, 9 cards in hand for Chrissie. If he keeps another mutiny and maybe some kind of cold hands for next round, could be decent. Doesn't keep his Blackbird. I guess he wasn't doing its job in this game. So when it comes out of shadows, I think it can stand the wall once, right? Which sounds like a great deal. Other than that, maybe there's our Tetrisalt in the deck to search for those mutinies and stuff like that. But yeah, didn't find him. So had some connection problems here when Mad King's command was being resolved, so we skipped a couple of challenges. So to catch up, Daisy's dupe was taken, and then Mates did the power back, so he's up to 10. I apologize for that. And well, now they die, and the Amber Loyalist is not the most fun card to have in play on Morghulis. However, at least he played the drop lot. So now if you top deck nothing, Chrissy starts coming back, right? Ooh. Oof, another one of these. Has it found something though? Bolton Flare that could kill itself if Chrissy does nothing, although at this point can't really afford to do nothing. Unopposed power plus another challenge. Ooh, and it's 2 claim power as well. Has to start playing. Yeah, I mean there's potentially a character in shadows and there is one for the wall. Oof, and hits mutiny. Okay, doesn't have it this round. So let's Bolton Flare kill itself. And now does Mate spend the Harrenhal just to kill Greyjohn? He doesn't. One more plot, more ghoulies. Okay, I was thinking maybe it was the second march potentially. Yeah, good call. That's Grey John die, and now he has Harrenhal still. She comes in duped. Did Chrissy play any march to the wall in this game? Don't think he did, right? Oof. Okay. She could have won the game. But now she's going to do power. And this one you kill because, yeah, can't afford to have a board now on the other side. I don't think it can assault Harrenhal. It's, yeah, 4 for 4, so couldn't assault it, but still. 2 challenges and, well, unopposed power and surely intrigue. Get rid of the last card. Then Mates gets his you win or die back and hopes for the best, or does he play one of the March plots? So Hour of the Wolf sacks non-loyals, does it? So not Caitlyn. She has price too, right? So if she leaves play with that ward attached, that's game over immediately. So if she was alone, could just march her. I think that's the third Barrel and Scout in rotation, and Alysanne is fantastic here because she can do 2 challenges. On 13 you kind of have to oppose everything, otherwise Mates just wins. There's one more character, I think it's looking good, yeah. Chrissy will do well to stop this. Maybe a recruiter and cold hands or something. Yeah, Chrissy played Morgulis before the last plot, didn't want it pinned even though it was looking quite bad for him, but wanted to give himself the chance to double Morgulis, whereas Mates has Morgulis pinned now, so can't reset if suddenly things start going against him. And here is the recruiter. Takes the scout. Much needed power icon there. What's the situation though with the wall? What can it take? Apologies for not showing you that. This is a recording, so I can't check the discard pile now, but is there anything still alive there? Sure, there's still some she-bears and stuff like that, right? Sansa must be still alive, don't remember her being in play. Although we did have that disconnection where things rolled pretty fast there, Sansa. Well, is she there to be killed, or is she there to stand and gain power? Sansa and the scout go, so we got the recruiter back for next round. No stealth on the power challenge for Alysanne, so can't get past Caitlyn, but then Chris is out of characters to do power back, and that's what he desperately needs. Has to suffer the 2-claim intrigue as well, which isn't that fun. Oof. His own Ramsay in Harrenhal. Yeah, Chrissy sized around. Does he have a character in Shadows? Let's the flare kill the reducer. And it's 13-6, so if Mates couldn't close it last round, it's getting more and more difficult. And now he stopped decking, right? Although one reserve is handy on with Hollow Hill here. Okay, Mad King's Command. He thinks he's not getting more than 3 characters. That's fair. Oof. It's not the worst character, right? Because it has Renown as well. So now it's not just about the power challenge. Recruiter doesn't do anything, so... Can you improve on these 3? Or do you pass marshalling any more characters is the question. Let's see what the wall gets. Daisy is dead, right? So the wall doesn't actually do anything. That's a good character here. Might just be enough to defend Greyjohn. Now, does he lose Recruiter or does he lose Arya? I think he has to lose the Recruiter at this point. Matis has been on 13 for 2 rounds now. Playing incredibly quickly, by the way. That's 2 plots in the used pile, but the plots have turned around already, so it's round 9 and there's still half a game left here. I lose connection again. Here, apologies for that. So I cut out a little bit of this, but I'm gonna join it again in the challenges phase. And to catch up, Chrissie had a Bolton Flare in Shadows that defended military. Then Mates wins Intrigue, which also is opposed. And yeah, the 2 power icons have to defend power for Chrissie to defend around, and the only power he concedes is dominance here. So Mate still can't quite close. But then Bolton Flare, Matis being first player, his Bolton Flare kills the other Bolton Flare, so another round it is. Well, now he sacks the Bolton Flare in exchange for Ranging Party. That's a good deal. Ranging Party was blocking the power challenge. Goes first again, and if he marshes 2 characters, he's going to give Chrissie a card for the mother. And now there is stuff for the wall to take. Again, so, and plenty of gold. But Mates doesn't have characters, he has 3 cards left over, and oof, okay. Now what? Alicent can do 2 challenges and you're on 14. You can do military with stealth, which requires another icon apart from Ramsay there. And then does power as well. Whereas Greyjohn wins, if he wins any challenge, it's game over because he has renown. And we have last heart, which is what, +2? So we'd have 5 strength, half a chance of winning military. Yeah, Alicent to do 2 challenges. Ooh, but no. Malin can stop her. Now what's he going to call here? She does military without kneeling, yeah. She also, if she did military, Malin could defend and die and you could stop her doing power. And then Caitlyn does power back, right? But, okay. Well, this should just win the game now. Though a bit last hurt, but actually he doesn't trigger it. It was +2 and that's 4-4 and game over. But let's Caitlyn get in the challenge and now we can't trigger card abilities. So that's a bad one for Mates, and 23 minutes still on the clock and his board is reduced to nothing. So that could cost him the game. Was there a guaranteed... No, wall has been triggered, so... Oh, it's being triggered now. Let's see what the card coming in is. Is there a guaranteed power icon in... No, it's just a military intrigue icon, so... Couldn't have stopped that power challenge in any way. So I think Malin should have really called power for Chrissy, right? And then he defends military and Caitlyn does the challenge back, even if you then lose dominance. Oof. 8-8 for dominance, just about. And yeah, Bolton Flyer now kills Malin. Malin was good. Would kill Alicent next, but how much next is there? I mean, how many rounds has Matis been a challenge away from winning the game now? He always goes first as well. Can never win challenges back because everything needs to be opposed so desperately. And yeah, reinforcements. Well, back to this situation. Okay, Greyjohn getting lower in strength, but still a problem. And was he now the only character? I think when I watched the game I seem to remember that Chrissy could have actually triggered the wall in standing phase or taxation and would have got that Greyjohn, I think. And now there's not enough icons, right? Is there anything for the wall? Otherwise they can go in the military together and win there. Or they can do power. Power is safer because it's also immune to potential nightmares. Yeah, Dace is still there. Should have triggered Greyjohn there, and then Matis would have nothing with these reinforcements and Chrissy would have an extra character. They go in the military together, okay. It's one where Caitlyn can't do anything, but even if there was a nightmares now, surely he's not going to do the last hurt mistake another time. There's Lysa. Okay, there's Lysa. What's she going to do? Nightmares. Okay. She would have had to remove Greyjohn because he has renown on claim, right? And if she did that, then Alicent still wins against Caitlyn, so it didn't make any difference from what I can see, even if Mates didn't have nightmares. Yeah. I mean, Chrissie carried him on that 13 power for ages here, but he had to defend so desperately that he absolutely couldn't do any challenges back, because he had the board advantage and would have eventually started turning it around if he could do power every round right with Caitlyn, but couldn't be done. He was lucky in the first place though that Caitlyn, with that prize 2 on her, was sticking around. So that was a fun game, incredibly fast pace of play, and some mistakes towards the end, some bugs as well, but a good opener for round 3 of the 8 Regents of Westeros tournament. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the other games.